Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley is here. It's after a weekend. Everybody's excited. The fact that Monday is here. I got nothing. What are you going to do?
Yeah, nothing?
Nothing.
What am I going to do, or what did I do? Are you asking me about my weekend?
Do you have something to talk about on your weekend?
Not really. I mean, it was fairly low-key. I blew through seasons 5 and 6 of Homeland. Great Showtime series, although season 6 was hot garbage. Season 5 was pretty good.
I really thought that show lost its traction after, like, the first season was great. After that, it was like, who cares?
See, I liked every season up until season 6, and then it just became the complete opposite of what people loved about the show.
Right.
So, the season 6 was worth. I'll give season 7 a chance because, when a series has been great for 5 out of 6 years,
right.
I don't just crap on it and let it go. But it was that, and then just getting Max ready for football. I took him out to the football field yesterday. Once it cooled down a little bit, throwing him balls and everything, making him run, doing tackling drills and stuff.
Wind sprints, things like that.
Yeah, not too much at wind sprints, but just getting him ready, running him through drills. It was fun. Good times.
Well, good for you. Why don't you go ahead and wow me with some news?
Okay.
I got a busy day. You got a busy day. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, that's what we got.
I got to pull double duty again. Make it triple duty.
Oh.
TV.
Going to be able to handle it?
Countertop fabrication, and then back to doing traffic on the radio in the evenings again until the end of the week. So, it's burning the candle at more than two ends. But it's okay. I'm what they call a trooper.
Yeah.
I just persevere through it all.
I like those 4 o'clock Facebook selfies where you're sitting there going, "Oh, poor me."
Yeah, exactly. No, hey, that was at like 6
I'm so
o'clock.
overworked. I can't handle this.
Yes, I am. Right now, I'm overworked. But it's okay. I can deal with it because I'm a man, and that's what men do. We take care of business.
I do 2.5 minutes of traffic in the morning.
Okay,
I answer the phone at the countertop shop all day, and then I have to do 5 minutes of traffic in the afternoon. It's killing me. Oh my God, it's killing me.
You could not survive what. Honestly, I'm going to tell you this: you couldn't survive what I do. What I've been doing for the past year, you couldn't survive it. Couldn't do it. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, okay. And I'm raising a boy into a man.
Of course.
So there's that.
Do your news.
All right. Let's get into it. Another day, another sexual harassment allegation in the entertainment industry. CBS's CEO Les Moonves is facing accusations that he sexually harassed 6 women. The 68-year-old is also being accused of other harassment, gender discrimination, and retaliation at the network. I mean,
what is he, about 80?
He's 60. No, he's 68.
Oh, was that all?
Attention.
I
said
he was older than
68-year-old Les Moonves.
Okay.
But no, I mean, this is. It's hard to sometimes decipher what's real, what's not real with some of the. You've got 6 women, a couple of fairly prominent actresses who are saying, "Look, this, I kind of ignored his advances, or I turned him down, and he's ruined my career." When these executives do have that power, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world have that kind of power. Yeah. And I mean, it's just a cesspool. It's horrible. And
it really is.
Guys, the bottom line is, I know there are those saying, "Well, where's the line? What's the line?" And I get that to an extent, but the bottom line, for the most part, is dude's just got to behave better. You know how to act like a proper man.
Be a gentleman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
A German cruise line is facing outrage after one of its guards shot and killed a polar bear. The bear was attacking another employee when it was gunned down. The incident occurred at Spitsbergen in Norway. Conservationist Jeff Corwin said the shooting was, quote, incredibly tragic. There are only 25,000 polar bears left on the planet. Yeah, it's tragic. Would have been more tragic if the employee would have gotten mauled to death. So,
I was going to say, you know what?
Sorry, the polar bear's got to die in that situation.
Yeah.
Got to. There's no controversy here. You can say, well, maybe.
Although I will say that in just before this polar bear thing, when the lions ate the poachers in Africa, I was on Team Lion.
Well, poaching is different.
Right.
You're doing something illegal. It's one thing if the polar bear was being hunted.
Right.
Okay, then all right. You know.
Yeah, don't hunt polar bears. Bad.
Don't hunt polar bears.
Right.
But yeah, this situation, he's in the area of the polar bear. I guess they didn't do a good enough job of securing the area,
right,
or making sure there's no polar bears before they went strolling around. But that happens. Polar bears got to go.
Okay.
Sorry. But I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. But then you got all this outrage on Twitter. How dare they shoot the bear that was mauling this guy? Yeah. Are you kidding me? Are you really, Ricky Gervais? I mean, I love your comedy. You're a funny dude, but really?
Oh, Ricky Gervais was piping up about it?
Ricky Gervais was pissed about this.
Man. Well, he's really kind of all about animals anyway, Ricky Gervais.
I don't get that. I get loving animals. I get caring about animals. They do great things, great as pets. They're cute. But when a bear mauls a person, you got to kill the bear.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Thank you, Dave.
I didn't know that was controversial, but apparently it is. Finally, Reynolds Street in Muskegon Heights getting a much needed facelift. Some improvements later on this summer. The city plans to spend $600,000 to repave the 2,100, 2,200, 2,500, and 2,600 blocks of Reynolds. That will include money for engineering and design studies. So,
very nice.
Got to get some of this stuff taken care of.
Streets need to be fixed.
Yes.
Yes. Business needs to bloom. The Heights is doing good things. They really are.
Absolutely. How's now? But before I get into sports, how's it?
Yep.
Your campaigns? We're coming up on the primaries here.
A week from tomorrow.
Away. Week from tomorrow. You're out with the yard signs. Anything?
Yep. Got 100 yard signs left out of 750.
Okay.
So we got some distribution to do this week. We got some driving to do. We've got some, and so far so good. I mean, we'll see what next Tuesday brings.
Right.
Excuse me. Hang on. It's one of these things, to me, where, how do I want to put it? You know when radio ratings come out?
Yeah.
And you're like a week away from the ratings.
Being fired. It's like it
is what it is. Here they come.
Right.
I look back over the whole time, and I campaigned the way I wanted to. I kept the cost low. I kept mudslinging gone. We didn't have any of it, which I think was important. I think it's just beneath people to stoop to that level. I kind of did things the way I wanted to. We'll see what it brings. And there are those out there that have said, you get down to that day of the primary, you're going to want to wait. You should knock on that one last door, put that one last yard sign out, I just don't feel that way. I feel like if it's to be, it will be.
Right. That's a good attitude to have, because the people that I've talked to, I actually ran into former Lieutenant Governor Dick Postumus this weekend.
Ooh.
And talked to him a little bit. Nice guy, regardless of what your political views are. He's just a good dude. And another buddy of mine who is involved in politics or has been, and just talking about the races, talking about everything coming up, and their views on. I was like, what's it like when you lose? When you lose an election, it's like it's bottom line is it's devastating. It's crushing, because you put so much of yourself into it, and you don't realize that until it happens. Now you can do all the, you can feel good about what you've done and maybe the way you've campaigned, but at the end, if you lose, it's one of those things. It hurts. It's painful. So I hope you don't feel that. On a personal note,
are you setting me up to fail?
No, I'm not setting you up to fail. I'm setting you up to
you know something I don't know.
No, I'm just saying. I think you're saying all the right things. You're doing. I think you're doing the right things. But if it doesn't work out, I think you're going to feel worse about it than you think you are.
Well,
I think it's going to bum you out a little bit more. And I'm a shoulder here for you to cry on, or I will exult with you in victory. Either way.
Well, I don't plan on either. If it does come to pass that I'm the choice, we'll keep doing what I'm doing. I don't plan on any negativity in the general. I don't really want anybody on my behalf. I don't want anybody to go after the other candidate.
Really?
No.
You don't want a guy out there just kind of, okay. All right, what do you need from me, Andy?
Nope.
Just saying.
I really don't. I know Greg, and I know his wife, and I know. Or Greg or Alan. I know both the candidates on the Republican side, and I would hate to see them sullied because of somebody that's got an agenda deeper or darker. I don't want to see that. I don't think it's fair to them or their family.
I think it's a great attitude.
Yep.
And you got to wait, see what happens in the primary before you can think about a general. But
Sure.
What if it comes at you? What do you do? Okay, if you get hit, do you hit back or do you try and stay above it?
Let's stay above it.
Interesting.
Talk frankly and openly about whatever the accusation is. I mean, what's there to hide?
Right, exactly. That's,
We
got nothing. It's all whatever.
I sat on the stage at the Frohenthal and talked about the time I came within a second of blowing my own head off because my life was such a pile of hot garbage. Okay.
Okay. Right. There you go. Oh man, I don't know how we transition to sports, but let's do it.
Let's do that.
Cubs win. They beat St. Louis 5-2. Detroit, they get crushed by Cleveland 8-1. Seriously, if you're a Tiger fan, what's the point right now?
Well,
you can't enjoy Tiger baseball. You can't. Switch over the Cubs. Let the Tigers go. Let it go.
The only thing I'm hoping of Tigers at this point is that they quit talking about Trammell and Jack Morris going into the Hall of Fame.
Why? That's the only thing you got.
I know, but
all
dude,
you got in Detroit is the past.
The last week, every 30 seconds, that's all they've talked about on the Tiger games.
Because you can't talk about what's going on the field because that's a pile of hot garbage. Who cares? Who cares? You're not going anywhere. You're going. You're going back to your palatial, not so humble abode at the end of the season and playing golf for 6 months.
Hey, Dave.
It's over.
Go enjoy your Monday.
See ya.